broke my heart. Like, my heart was torn in pieces. It's your girl again, Darol. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Dream Hub. Today I'm going to be sharing with you on how I snatched myself from the claws of unemployment. It was a really strong battle. If you want to hear the gist, stick with me to the end. It's a long one. Just sit, relax, and get inspired. I'm going to be sharing lessons I learned along the journey. So just stay with me. So like I said in my previous video, I am a trained engineer. I studied electrical electronics from Oba Amo University. So that's Obafemi Awolowo University. I wanted to go somewhere, but I know some people will really be beefing me. Some people will be like, what's this girl doing? So please, I don't want any beef. I want you to subscribe to my channel, so I don't want to vex you from the beginning. Anyway, so back to the gist. So I went to Obafemi Awolowo University, studied electrical electronics, graduated with the 2-1, came out. So that was around 2010, 11. Like, the one out there is waiting for me, I didn't know what was waiting for me out there. I didn't know. I didn't know that it was going to be tough. It was going to be a tough journey. But anyway, so graduated. So I went for my NYSC. So for my non-Nigerian folks, so NYSC is a 1-year service to the government. So you're posted to any location in the country to serve your government. I went for that and finished in 2012. By 2012, I got a master's to the UK to study engineering business management from another, good school. So everything was just moving smoothly. I didn't know what the future will hold. So finished, came back home. Oh, I started applying for a job. I was applying, I'm applying, And one of the first things that puts me off was that they'll be asking you for 1-year experience. And I was like, where am I supposed to get 1-year experience from? So finally in, I think around October, November, I got a job. I was planning to get married at this point. So, and I got a job. Initially the job was for a business development role, like a sales role. But by the time the CEO saw that I had an engineering background and also a business background, and I'll be able to liaise with the technical people. So that was what I was, product development. I started. So I was already planning to get married. Family means a lot to me, so I wanted to make sure that I have a job that is, a good work-life balance. An opportunity came up in the power sector, and I was given a scholarship with NAPTHIN, so National Power Training Institute of Nigeria, so I felt like, okay, I still like my engineering. I felt like I still wanted to practice. I felt like, okay, it's good, looking at, okay, if I'm done, at least I'll have a job in the power sector, and I'll have more flexibility with my family and all that. So I was fine with it. So I took it up. And I remember when I was leaving the organization, because I was just 3 months, there was a contract my boss then was pursuing, and he shuttles between US and Nigeria. So he just took me there and he left me to follow up the contract. And I followed it up. It's not like I really did anything. I was just going there. They got the contract and they were happy. So by the time I was leaving, it was his partner that was around, And of course, what will he do? I said, I'm leaving. I want to go to start my core engineering. I want to get training and all that. So when I came back, because I was preparing for marriage, when I went for a training and I came back to see him, and my boss was around, and it was like, seriously, if he was around, he would have stopped me. Like, it was that he didn't want me to go, but I'd already gone, went for the training. So here was the thing about the training, was that if you do well, you're going to get a job. So either in transmission, either in generation, or either in distribution, which are the 3 parts of the power system. So I went for it, got married. I think we're just giving paid stipends of, I think, 18,000 naira. So that was what I was living on for the 1 year, with the hope that at least when I finish, I get a job. My brother and my sister, I didn't know what was waiting for me. So I took that up. I came out as the best in transmission. And yeah, even at the point where we went for the graduation ceremony, I was pregnant at that point. I was having some issues, and from the hospital, we had to go to, to the graduation. We got there, they gave me the awards, and all. At the end of the day, that baby didn't survive, and with all that pain and everything, got back and waiting for a job, no job. And I remember calling one of the directors on LinkedIn, and I was like, because I had this number, like, okay, this was what they said, if you do well, you get a job. And it was like, they didn't really promise me anything.
What? You gotta be kidding me.
But that broke my heart. Like, my heart was torn in pieces. Like, I was like, and I left a job, because the product development analyst was in line with my business, what I studied for my master's. And, oh God, that was the beginning. So I was at home again. I was at home for a while. So stayed at home, as in really nothing to do. Even the electrical things that I didn't learn, I started forgetting, because if you're not practicing, you forget a lot of things, If you're not practicing, if you're not working actively, you will forget. You can't remember. You don't have anything you're working with. So I started forgetting. And thanks to one of my friends, I finally got another job. So this happened. The graduation happened around February, so I got another job another November. Me and November. It looks like November I used to get jobs. So anyway, so I got another job around November, and by that time, around November, when I got the job, when I went for an interview, I was already pregnant. So when I got the job, I was pregnant again. Thank God, glory to God. So told the boss that I was already pregnant, though it wasn't really showing then. So it was like, well, so because of that, he had to put me on a contract, so after pregnancy, I can continue. So I worked there for around 4 months, November till around February end, I had my baby in March. So yeah, I worked there, had the baby, so I was still in communication with my boss, God bless him. But unfortunately, the contract that we had, it was an installation of meters, electrical meters. Contract ended. So yeah, I was again without a job. This time I was with a baby. Yeah. And my husband is a businessman. And of course, with business, especially in the part of Nigeria, it's not always rosy, It's not like in the Western world that sometimes you can get some form of loans and all that. It's quite tough, really, really tough, So some days are like, okay, some days are really, really rough. So it was really, really hard. So for another 2 whole years, I was unemployed again. Like, you just be applying and nothing is happening, And what did I not do? So at every point in my life where I'm faced with one challenge of not having a job, I always fall back to my skills, So at that point, I used to make hair. I still make hair anyway. So this hair is like made by me, So I make clothes, but I don't do that actively anymore again. So I used to make hair, make clothes. What did I not do? I was selling hair products. I was practically hawking hair products. Oh God. So I would walk from one place to another. I'll carry the hair products because I had long hair. So I was like, this is what I use. I was just doing everything to just make sure I was doing something, I didn't have money. So beyond just not having money, there's this sense of fulfillment that you have when you are actually making impact or when you are actually productive. So I wasn't productive. I wasn't feeling fulfilled. I know somebody was telling me that, you have a husband, you have a son. I said, yes, I'm grateful to God that I have this, but I'm more than this. Like, my life is more than this. And I'm also using this opportunity to talk to somebody out there that don't settle for where you are, because at that point I sat down like looking at myself now, my life is more than this. So long story cut short, So I think around when my son was around 2 years, so University of Warwick, we had a kind of like alumni meeting, get together, in Abuja. So different people came. Me, I was already, you see, when you don't have any work, your self-esteem will be on the lowest of the lowest, like really, really low. So I went for the subscribe, like, turn on your notification to watch the part 2 of it.